we have a package from Hollyland today. We know Hollyland as the brand that makes very affordable wireless video transmission systems. This is not one of those systems. This is a wireless intercom systems, you know, those headsets that you see production assistants wear or backstage crew at an event. So let's begin by exploring the box. There it is. And I see 4 little boxes here. Oh, these are the body pack transceivers. 1, 2, whoops, 3, 4 ear cups, bunch of pouches. That's a lot of stuff in that box. I was not expecting this much stuff. Haha. And that's it. Since this is my first time using one of these systems, I'm gonna actually go and spend some time with this before I come back here and talk about it in a bit more of a curated review. I'll see when that happens. I was actually expecting this system to be overwhelmingly complicated to set up, but turns out you just switch everything on, plug in the headsets, and you're good to go. I'm not oversimplifying this, it was that ridiculously straightforward. But a few things I learned about this system. Fully kitted out, we've got 1 base station and 4 body packs. That's the maximum number of body packs a single base station can handle. You can plug in a 2-way headset into the base station as well. So including the operator at the base station, you can have up to 5 people communicating over a single T1000 kit. And being a system designed for communication, it wouldn't be fair to compare its audio quality against production-grade wireless microphones, but for its intended purpose, it sounds very much
good enough for communication. This is what it sounds like through the T1000. It's not going to sound like a studio recording, but it's still very much sufficient in clarity for your teammates to hear what you're saying.
And according to official specs, this has a range of 1,000 feet with line of sight, but realistically it's likely going to be a little less than that due to obstructions and signal interference. But a system like this, it's likely to be used within a similar space, so think an event venue or in a multicam production studio, and in that aspect, I don't see the range necessarily being a limiting factor. I also appreciate how the body packs don't have long dangly antennas, they're just 2 little stubs. Very rugged metal construction of the body pack, yet it weighs less than your average smartphone. The battery is built in, however, meaning no option to remove it and swap it out for a fresh one when you do have to. But to its credit, it does go on for about 8 hours on a single charge, and it also charges quite conveniently over Type-C. Just above that USB port is your mute toggle. You tap it twice to mute your body pack, and you long press to unmute it. Now in mute mode, you will still hear everyone else who's speaking on the channel, it only mutes your mic. There also doesn't seem to be a push to talk function, you're either continuously transmitting or you're not. I suppose the lack of a push to talk mode is due to this being designed for continuous open channel communication, which is particularly useful if you need to talk to a teammate far away when you have your hands full, say if you're operating a camera and you cannot take your hands off of it. There is also a really strong noise gate, so when you've got so many mics that are on, everyone's not constantly transmitting a bunch of ambient noise that would otherwise make it a rather torturous listening experience. So let me simulate some noise here. There we go. That's really noisy on the main mic, but
here on the T1000, unless you're clearly speaking into the mic, your transmission is practically silent for the most part. Now let's cut back to the studio microphone.
It's that noisy. You can control how loud your headset's playback volume is by adjusting this dial on the body pack. And about the headset, it plugs into a 3.5mm jack on your body pack, and the jack is actually a TRRS jack. So technically speaking, wired headphones made for smartphones would work with this as well. So these are the Apple EarPods that used to come with iPhones. Now, if I plug this into my body pack, I do have to change the microphone type from dynamic to electret. So let me go ahead and do that right here.
And I should be transmitting. But there, it's actually working. Probably nowhere near as well as the included headsets, since those do have a mouthpiece that sits right in front of the lips. But point is, you're not limited to using the included headsets only.
These headsets that come with the kit, however, are really nice. It comes with 4 body packs and 5 headsets, the extra ones for the base station. They are single-sided, so when you put them on, you still have one free ear to listen to your surroundings, and the mouthpiece can pretty much be adjusted along its entire length. You can also swivel it up and out of the way. When you do this, it actually mutes your mic. You'll feel a click when it happens. It doesn't actually change your body pack's transmission status, however. It's more like it's physically disconnecting the mic to mute it. It's also a pretty comfortable headset, really soft headband, and a nice replaceable ear cup as well. And on the base station, you've got a huge volume knob for the headset and a nice screen for displaying the status of all 4 of the connected body packs. And this button here is for muting every body pack's microphone, leaving the base station operator the only one who can still transmit. Suppose it's quite handy when everyone starts talking trash about the base station operator. When that kill switch is active, the body packs cannot unmute on their own. They can only long press their mute switch to send an unmute request. That's when you'll see the mic kill button on the base station begin flashing. Only after the operator presses it again to disable the master mute can the body packs resume transmitting. And if the body packs were set to talk before the master mute switch was toggled, it will automatically switch back to talk from mute when the kill switch gets lifted. You can also see that I'm running my base station off of batteries at the moment. There are 2 slots for Sony NP-F style batteries. You can run it on just one battery. You don't need to populate both slots to be able to turn on the base station. But what it's super useful for is hot swapping batteries. That way you won't have your comms go offline when you need to swap out batteries, because you can pop in a fresh one and take out the dead one, and the whole system will still remain powered throughout the whole process. You can also power it off a standard AC power supply using the provided AC adapter. It takes power in through a 4-pin XLR. This Ethernet port beside it is for you to hook up another Mars T1000 system if you need to add even more units to your communication channel. On the other side, you'll find a whole load of USB ports for you to charge your body packs with. And that is the Mars T1000 system from Hollyland. Like I mentioned, I was expecting a system like this to be a lot more complicated, but it was actually surprisingly simple. If you're interested to discover even more cool gear like this, check out some of my other videos.